What's up, y'all? So I gotta make this video quick. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about the Scythe. I've been noticing also, just a preface, that I've been having a couple trolls lately. The whole purpose of this is to provide entry-level material to help you guys to raise questions and awareness, to explore and to build your own knowledge of Santissima Muerte and your own relationship with her. Specifically, I'm targeting within the Black community because I understand that with devotion to Santissima Muerte, there's a language barrier and there's just a lack of cultural understanding in which we will break down over the course of time. But for right now, we're starting off really basic, really smooth, just symbolism we talked about yesterday, the apple. Today we're going to be talking about the Scythe. So that's it. That's all. Really quickly on that, my name is Star, aka the Black Devotee. So with the Scythe, traditionally speaking, the Scythe was used as a harvest material, like tool, not material, but a tool used to harvest things such as like wheat, barley, grains in fields. It allowed people to do, because the actual Scythe is really fucking big, really big, and it's typically made out of like metal, but they'll use it to chop down barley, cut down large stalks, much like how a plow was used, pulled by a horse to be able to till soil, the same premise. So when we're talking about with Santissima Muerte, you have to think about what mommy represents, right? She is holy death. Death is inevitable, and we pray that our death has a smooth transition. So when the time comes for our, worldly ties or soul ties to be cut here, this is what she's using to guide us and lead us into that next phase in our journey. Now, furthermore, there are some beliefs about if the Scythe is pointing inward, which it typically is. She's not only protecting, but she's cutting and clearing any bad, like mal de ojo, so evil eye, negative entities, work that might have been sent your way or not, but that's controversial there too. But also yourself, any type of behaviors, patterns, thought patterns that would be limiting you from progressing into your highest and greatest version of yourself. This is what's being used, and this is what is represented for her tool and mechanism of way to go about doing that as holy death. Now, if it's pointed outward, then just do the reverse of cutting and clearing anything external. Typically, inverted means internal. Now, also, going back to the harvest aspect of it all, mommy wants all of her babies to prosper, right? So it's interesting that we usually see this almost as like a weapon or a tool of destruction, because it's been normalized by the figure of the Grim Reaper, which from my research, the Grim Reaper is more of a masculine embodiment of death, whereas Santa Muerte is her own separate, entity to regard. So feel free to do more research on that. I might can post some links on that, but it's typically, it has a negative connotation, is what I'm trying to say. However, historically speaking, the Scythe, again, is a tool used to reap bountiful harvest. So this is also representation of blessing, prosperity. Come here, baby. Come on. You want to hop up here? Do you need help? It's my cat. Oh, okay. Harvest and excuse me, bountiful blessings. And one thing that Polka, shout out to Polka if she ever sees this video, but I got a reading done from her, and one thing that came out in the reading was I became so accustomed to having less that I didn't know how to receive more. And I think a part of receiving more is not only being open and allowing various channels and means for abundance and various ways to come your way, whether that be community, whether that be love, whether that be good health, opportunity, money, things like that, but also, inspiration. And what I found is through mommy using her Scythe to cut down those limiting beliefs, or maybe poverty mindset, consciousness, I have been able to grow and evolve from even just my living situations the quality of friendships that I have. I don't have many, but I have quality over quantity. If anything, this is what this has taught me: quality over quantity. But I don't just review this as a negative thing. I review this as a positive thing, because I will reap what I sow. And if I've been sowing good seeds, if I've been doing good deeds, if I've been, being the embodiment of what she represents, which is to love all and to not have bias, because death comes for us all. It is the inevitable. We will all face that one day. Then I think that, you'll open your eyes to see and have a certain level of respect, a newfound respect for life. And you'll be able to reap the benefits of every day that you have here on earth. So that's just my little piece on the Scythe, what it represents to me, how it has shown up in my life, how it shows up in my life, and just a little bit of a challenge for you to open your mind in regards to symbolism, that, everything isn't negative. So, always be cautious and cognizant of that as well, because, this is another reason why a lot of people will demonize her, this, that, and the third. So yeah, I think the next video, getting a call, I gotta go. I think the next video we'll talk about the globe. How about that?